Hello and welcome back to Mega Drive Master. After beating Shinobi, we've moved on to level 2 and now taking down Alien Storm. This is one of my favourites on the Sega Mega Drive. It's funny, but when I was a kid I much preferred this to Streets of Rage games. And it's a game that I am relatively well practiced at. It's not an easy one to beat though. Sometimes it can actually catch you out quite easily. All comes down to the last level really. There are certain tips and tricks that I can hopefully share with you if you have this game and you fancy getting better at it. That's a bad start. Essentially you need to continually strafe to avoid getting in the paths of the enemies. And you also don't want to be on the same level as an enemy that's far away from you because they will ram you. Now, these gameplays are of PAL video games, because my collection is PAL, being European and everything, and that means that they are slightly slower than their 60 frames per second American equivalents. Is that noticeable? Well, if you've actually practiced the games quite a bit, you know, if you practice the 50 frames per second version, you definitely will notice a speed difference. Whoa, see what I mean? If you give them a chance, they will try to barge you from across the screen. Now that wasn't good because I've taken some hits already. Now on some of the later levels you can basically rush into the doors really quickly there. And yeah, in some of the later levels you actually will avoid fighting enemies if you do that quickly. Alright, so this is the coolest thing about this game, is the fact that it's a hybrid game that features these kind of side-scrolling shooters sections, which is just, I think it's really cool. I'm using my nice retro-bit, relatively brand new Sega Mega Drive controller, which I just love. I'm not using the wireless one, which feels a little bit slippery to me. I'm kind of sticking with the one that I'm used to, especially as I'm trying to do a full run-through of a game. You don't want to be changing any variables that might make it more difficult. Sadly, no health appearing there. I can't remember if there is a health in that level or not. Anyway, that wasn't particularly brilliant. So let's try and... we're going to have to really try and not take too many hits. Yeah, see there? When they do barge you, if you perfectly time it, you can actually fire them backwards. You can kind of protect yourself with a well-timed... There you go. Well-timed bit of flamethrower. Are the characters all as good as each other? I think the answer to that is no. I always choose the woman, not just because of her dashing yellow leotard or onesie or whatever the hell it is. She kind of reminds me of April from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because of that. But basically the woman or the robot are the safe bets. The man seems to have a kind of weirdly nerfed range. Like, I don't think his attack is anywhere near as powerful. Now the thing that's tight with this game is that you basically get 3 continues and that's it. There are no health, well, there are very few health pickups, but there are no extra lives, no extra continues as far as I'm aware. And it really means that you've got to make sure that you don't take too many hits in the earlier levels, because it just becomes kind of nasty. Because you start to realise later on how desperate you are for hit points. Oh, that was a close call. So I'm just going to kind of strafe around here. They actually don't attack you as much as you would think until they're in a position where they're kind of happy. And yeah, then they all just fly off randomly. That was a level without any hits. I'm going to give myself an award. I give myself an Arnie because I managed to nail that like a badass without taking a single hit. Yeah, I'm going to try and make these playthroughs a bit more fun by inventing silly little achievements that I can unlock for myself, because, you know, I just think it looked a little bit more fun. If you've got any suggestions for achievements that I could give myself during these gameplays, then post it in the comments below, and you might feature in a future episode, depending on how I do. I've not got too many achievements for, like, bad things. They're all kind of like things that I've done well. I guess it's in the name, right? Anyway, this boss is relatively straightforward if you stay out of the way and just have patience. And I just took a hit there. That was annoying. Exactly the wrong thing to do. You just need to take your time, and it actually won't damage you that much if you can do that. I quite like this. There's an extra attack here that people don't often know about, where you can, if you double tap a direction to dash, then you can jump and shoot, and you essentially do this kind of looping mega backflip attack, which is very good, very helpful. Anyway, first boss down. that boss reappears later in a different form. And here we have the first... Oh, this is a side-scrolling shooter. The other bit is an on-rail shooter, isn't it? And this is more like the side-scrolling shooter part. You want to make sure you don't line yourself up too closely to the rear of those pink guys, because they kind of cough this nasty coronavirus thing onto you, which you really don't want to be catching. It's like when you're on the tube in London, or when you're on the train and someone be coughing in front of you. You just want to make sure you're kind of out of that area. Get out of that business, which I managed to fail to demonstrate there. Interestingly, the first hit I think that you take, or the first couple of hits that you seem to take, when you've previously lost health or on a new level, doesn't seem to actually take any health off you. I don't know, you'll have noticed there that I did take a hit but no damage. Right, this introduces these grabby guys. They're kind of creepy. They just slowly slip behind you and try to give you an unwanted hug. No thank you, I don't want your hugs. I don't want your hugs at all, get away. But yeah, you'll see, oftentimes enemies don't attack you until you stand still. So you can kind of play this little merry-go-round dance where you just kind of keep strafing on each other until one of you is happy that you can attack the other. Yeah, you've got to kind of find your ways around the AI in these kind of games. They will try to get behind you, and that there was cheap. I'm not having that. These guys are the weakest enemies in the game. They only take like one hit. But still, sometimes, yeah, even with the best intentions and the best strategies... Oh, I pressed shoot then! The enemies managed to get you. It's going to be a close thing. Definitely going to be a close thing. Although some of these stages are quite short. I think the screen kind of fills up now with dudes. Just got to manage these. So there are pink versions and blue versions of these enemies. I think the blue versions are faster. And there is a faster version still on the later levels. Although none of them as fast on the 50Hz games as the later ones. Ha! See that there? I tried to nip into the door. You actually can't do it there. I forgot that I've got to clear the blue guys first. Oh yes, there we go. I should have moved. If you end up staying on the same level as them, they will just kind of creep up on you. Oh, and he gets me. It's like a DDT wrestling move, that one. It's alright. We hopefully will get a little bit of health coming up. I'm going to dash into the doors now. There is a little bit of health in this one. Of course there is. It's a convenience store. It sells paracetamol and other kinds of pick-me-ups. Right. Oh, scratch. Cheeky. You don't really want to stay with your cursor out of the center for too long, because obviously if you're in the center you've got the maximum chance of moving to wherever enemies are, but easier said than done, you know. You do kind of want to spray everything. I can't actually remember where the healths are. The healths. The little first aid kits. I'm sure there's one in each of these shooting levels. See, that bit there annoys me because I don't believe there's any way to kill both of those on single player. And now we kill this big beefy guy in the background. I'm just not sure if there is. And still, no health. Oh, cool. This is the one where we get to blow up the really high-tech, like, PC World or Curry's store. I love the funky music on this one, too. Yep. Nearly got behind me. They just try and strafe you and then lash you with their tentacles. Get out of it. The thing that you realise, though, is that your weapons actually have a really good range. And you've got to make the most of that. I think your range is slightly bigger than any of the enemies, so don't need to get too close to them. You're not playing Streets of Rage. This is probably my favourite music in the game. It's just super funky. Look at that little kid. He looks so weird, that kid. He runs in a very strange way, and he has a very small head. He looks more frightening than the aliens, almost. Ah, the classic aliens bursting out of the sewer ducts. Ha! I knew he was going to do that. Just a cheeky step to the side. Look at this. There we go. Carrying on with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme. Next thing we're going to end up fighting Shredder. I wish. There is no crossover of franchises here. Interestingly enough, there is a Master System version of this game. Sega really cashed in on their maximizing their... Oh, cheeky! Right, this is where it starts to get a little bit nasty, because we got too much going on. So, if you got too much going on, you got to do some barges, basically. And you really want to have the enemies all on the same side of the screen. Because that's really the only way to be safely... Oh, cheeky! Safely controlling them. I think. Not working. One down. One down, 2 to go. Well, I say that, there's obviously way more. Oh, you just... Yeah, I delayed slightly too long. Not good. Ha, not sure I'm going to do this run or not. I've taken quite a lot of hits. I'm going to need some health. It's just such a tightly balanced game in terms of the number of continues. I guess they want to make it feel like you're playing in the arcade. I'm usually okay at these shooty levels and don't... Oh, God. I was going to say I don't normally take damage. Right, that's the first continue gone. Only 2 credits remaining. Come on, mate. Do you want to come out the side so I can shoot you? And this is where I'll get the health pickup now. Too little, too late. Just couldn't survive long enough. Anyway, that's okay. We got through a relatively large number of stages before we started losing life. I'm pretty sure there's a health on this one. Anyway, how cool is this blowing up like... Oh, as to what I was saying before about staying in the middle, I didn't take my own advice. How cool is this blowing up like a retro hardware store? I mean, it wouldn't have been retro at the time, but it is now. All those lovely big CRTs that nobody has any space for anymore. Okay, mission 5. Mission 5 shouldn't be too much of a problem, he says. Get out of it. You can get down. Watch out for the lasers here. Those lasers. Those lasers are bad. They will mess you up. They take... Yeah, they damage you. Right, I want the energies. Oh, no. That was bad. Yeah, that's one of the problems is if you get locked into a combo, you're like that. That's where the trouble starts. Always. You spend slightly too long in a combo. Look at this, they all come bursting out. Go away. Let's clear some with a bit of bargy. Argy-bargy. Nope, still gets me. Come on. Whoops, and I kicked my microphone. Kick my microphone in sheer rage. Get out of it. This level is over super quickly though. It'd be good if I managed to like not lose another continue for a bit. Easier said than done. This is meant to be masterful. It's the Mega Drive Master. I can't like I can't take too much damage. Anyway, that name is in jest, by the way. I'm sure you know that. Right. Get down. Just about had enough time to dodge that there. It's very tight. Let me go. Alright. Now we have the lab full of brains. Like a neuroscience lab. It's a generic evil science lab. Every evil lab has to have brains in jars. It's like part of the rules, I think. Something like that. Come on. Give me some health. You know you want to. Ah. Yeah, those... Oh, what? What hit me there? Those guys are a little bit better than the scratchy ones because their yellow balls that they launch into the air are quite slow moving, and there is actually at least some small chance that you could defeat them. Now, because the energy is quite sparse, I don't really use the A button, the special power-up, that much. I kind of save it. I feel like it's best saved, really. Nightcrawler, and there is the alien spaceship hovering in the distance. Humans turning into aliens. They don't burst out of their stomachs, though, in this. That would be too much of a rip-off. Alright, weird dude, give me some more energy. At least I have quite a good amount of energy. So yeah, this level will be introducing new mechanics. Weird old alien tubes that blow you away. That was very badly described. You'll see what I mean in a second. How the hell would you describe that? It's like an alien tendril. A very wobbly, gelatinous... I don't know what it is. And I'm taking hits from the easy guys. It's so much harder playing and commentating than it is playing. I pretty much will beat this game like 70% of the time normally. But yeah, the last time when I beat it, actually, it was quite a close call, I will say. It's not looking that promising given by how much health I've got. Normally, I would have a bit more than this. Never say never, and that was bad. I'm getting Hulk Hogan'd by weird blue guys. Yeah, now we get another screen full of stuff. Screen full of stuff. Go down. Ha! Don't always manage that, but sometimes I do. Ooh, just out of reach of that guy there. He very nearly got me. Not quite. You, sir, can get down. Now we have blue grabbies. Hello, blue grabbies. Get out of here. Oh, I thought he was going to get me then. I panicked. Get down. Oh, suddenly I'm busting it out. Oh, no. What the hell is that? The guy licked me. Literally licked me. Didn't seem to take too much health, though. And here we are at the second phase of this weird, nasty alien with a granny face on it. I don't know how else to describe it, but that is one nasty-looking boss. Which I need to be careful because I don't have much health. I really... Oh, god damn! Right, let's concentrate. For a boss with such slow attacks, you'd think I'd be able to dodge them more, wouldn't you? I kind of just... It's just the bit where you have to change from one side of the screen to the other that can catch me out a little bit. I think I probably shouldn't do that weird diving run thing. I should just do a slow, gentle walk. And it does have an attack that it'll fire out the front as well if you don't have your wits about you. I think that that attack can actually be shot out of the air if you're lucky, really. Let's be honest. that ain't skill. Just gotta keep your distance, kind of thing. It's not a particularly interesting boss, this one, is it? Let's be honest. It's kind of like it's a test of patience. You want to take risks and just lay into it, and that's exactly how you end up losing life. Alright, here we go, second phase. This guy's a bit of a beast. Let's give him a special... Maybe we can give him a couple of specials. Just because I'd really prefer not to... if I can just manage to make this credit last a little longer. I don't really have a technique for this guy, because I find the patterns incredibly difficult to predict. I sort of just run from one side to the next and stay loosely to the side. It kind of seems to work, but I usually can't take him down without taking a hit. I just find him that unpredictable. I don't know if anybody has any strategies. I probably should watch some Let's Plays, long plays of it, and just see what the consensus is for how to take this weird fleshy thing down. He has a lot of health. That's the frustration. I just think you've got to kind of keep your distance and try your best to nip away at him. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can rush through him or something. But whenever I do that, I often find that I end up landing at an unfavorable position where I don't want to be. And it's the weird kind of alternating diagonal of the attack that makes it sort of challenging. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Right, that was quite stressful. I'm going to give myself a calm down award because I just managed to keep it cool there and get through that guy without losing a credit. Okay, now we have to shoot down the alien ship. You can actually choose whether to have auto fire on or not. Well, not auto, rapid, which is what I've gone for. Because it just makes your thumb hurt otherwise. Ooh, that's a bit crappy. Too much stuff. Not cleared them. Oh no. There goes the credit. It's okay. There is still a chance we could do this. But the last two levels are not particularly pleasant, I must say. Ooh. He's coughing his coronavirus everywhere, or maybe it's TB. It's something nasty and infectious. An alien. Right, we're blowing bits off the ship now. It's lost its rear alien thing. It's lost its bottom, perhaps? Whoops, I think I did take a hit, but no damage. See what I mean? You do seem to have a small amount of hits in your up your sleeve before you actually seem to take damage. I'm not sure if that's like per level or if it's just when you first use a continue. There we go. The weird alien ship is down and we're coming on to the second to last level. But it starts to get a little bit hairy from here on out. This is the strongest phase of the weird slug. I'm facing the wrong way, that's not clever. Of the weird slug creatures, and part of the trick with this level is to not walk along too quickly. Do it slowly. Because if you do it quickly, what you will end up doing is accidentally activating the next phase of enemies. What is going on here? Which you really don't want to be doing. As though there's not enough on the screen at once. Thankfully, these guys are kind of slow. It's just not easy to get yourself in a position where they're all on the right side of you that you can guarantee taking them down without damage. You just have to take your time and don't rush. Don't stop in that position. I think we've got some guys over the hedge now. No, we haven't. The guys over the hedge are coming later on. Right, everybody stay on the same side, please. No, you didn't listen to what I said. Can you at least single file or something? There we go, one down. Just taking as many down as you can is just every little helps, basically. Don't rush. We got time. Ooh, that was close. I'm not sure how I managed to dodge that. But I did somehow. I'm just very wary of this guy over here. Oh god, there's so many enemies. Right, not too many left. Well, that was not bad. Not bad at all. Here we got the dudes over the hedge. And we play the dance again. They're quite fast moving though, these guys, sometimes. Let's just do it that way. Gotta remember that barge. That was a quick turn. Sometimes when they're off screen, you can actually like still attack them. And that was very nearly an example of scrolling too fast. I don't want to activate these guys until the last batch are dead. You can actually activate these guys one by one. Which is what I'm going to do, because I'm cheap and I don't have the skill to... this is where loads of enemies come. Now these guys, good god, they are flipping fast, and he gets me. They're so fast. I can't believe it, really. They're not easy at all. Now, I do really want to get these... Nope, that was bad. That was not what I wanted to do. Because now I've got too many enemies on my hands. There is a possibility of taking out the weird rock aliens here before everything else activates. But as you can see, I fluffed it up. That's alright. Let's, at least these dudes... Oh, he's got me. Seem kind of slow moving. Oh, no. He's blown it. Oh, come on, guys. Just take your time. Oh, that's weird. I thought I had him there. I didn't have him. Surely you're about to die. Right, this is one of the bits where you really want to be rushing into this door once this guy is dead. Because what you don't want to be doing is fighting the hundreds of enemies that are about to bust their way out. In we go. Goodbye. Right. Serious stuff. We're shooting our way through the alien thing. Health. Ooh, that's like the first bit of health I've had all game, which is quite unlucky. I normally get a bit more than that. We need the energy. The reason why we need the energy is because I'm going to be using it. Because there are some... Damn it, again, with that. I don't believe that's doable with a single player. We're going to be using the energy to clear some of the nasty rooms coming up ahead, because you just, again, you get into phases with too many enemies. Way too many enemies. Oh, my thumb is actually hurting from all the jamming of B. Get down. Anything in here? Nope, that's everything. Kill the last of those big dudes, and we're on to the last level. And we go, we get gobbled up by the spaceship. Mission 8, final battle. Oh, a little bit of a victory burp. I don't know why it's not a victory burp, actually, because I've not won yet. So, yeah, this level is obviously the hardest in the game. It's really... No, that's dumb. It's really nasty. I think I was just taking the mick there with the amount of strafing that I was doing. Huh, I'm detecting a slight bit of slowdown. Cartridge can't handle this many quick-moving enemies. This is probably the hardest phase of the game, because what you end up... What actually happens is you get screen after screen of those guys, which is really quite heavy going, and I just need to have them on the same side if I can, at least for a while, just long enough to attack, because they are so bad at strafing behind you. Will you stay put? No, he's got me. And I'm gonna start busting out special attacks in a minute. Hopefully I can save it a little bit longer, but I'm gonna need it. You can go away. Oh, he's gone for a gobble. Right, we get another room full of them. Not having it. You can eat special. Right, one down. Now we just need to get over here if we can. I'm gonna... That's one way of doing it. Do we get another room of them? Yeah, we do. Give them another bit of a blast, maybe. Just to soften them up a little bit. It's quite incredible, though, that your special doesn't actually even kill them. It just softens them slightly. Makes them into squishy aliens that might die more easily. I say might, because nothing is clear in this game. Oh, man, that was cheap. How did he get me? I could swear I was the appropriate distance from him. Someone gotta be dying. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I said thank you too early. Right. Path that I take is left, middle, middle. Left is gonna give us a shootier level. A very difficult shooty level because of the number of spiky things and the fast-moving screen, which is going to start scrolling. But I got myself... Hey, here's a new enemy. The kangaroos that fire I don't know what the hell you would even call them. Fire damaging alien gremlins out of their sacks, which sounds wrong. Give me all the energy that I can get. I need it. And just need it all. Oh, spiky. Recurring theme about these last few shooty levels is the number of spikies. It's like they get... Yeah, that's not doable. I don't particularly like the fact that there are parts of these levels that I don't think are doable. I'm not sure that with a single player you can reach that spread of the screen. Maybe it might just be very, very tight. Maybe I'm just being whingy. But maybe it's just punishing me for not having any friends. Right, so I go left, then I go middle, middle. So now we have the kangaroo enemies out in force. They're very difficult to kill. Well, no, sorry. They don't have high health, but they're fast and they're damaging, and that's the bloody problem with them. And we have quite a lot of them. The nice thing about them, though, is that they do go down with a single blast of the magical energy. Why am I getting Mega Drive slowdown? I'm just going to stand here and spam attack. And I have almost run out of gun energy. Not sure if that's going to matter. Then we go middle. And I think this should be the last boss. No. It's not the last boss. Ha! I've actually run out of energy. That's never happened before, and that seems quite bad. I think I might have gone a little bit overkill on the expenditure of energy for the last phase. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Thankfully, when you get a new life, you get a top-up. A top-up that I evidently really need. And yeah, took a hit there, but no health drop. It does seem to be a little thing that... It's like a little... Get back into the saddle. You'll be okay, soldier. I just love the amount of scrolly shoot bits in this game. They're just fun. It's just a great little touch, and it's why I always liked it compared to the other side scrollers. I just think this element to it makes it really fun. There we go. That is the second to last bit of shooty done. And then here we are going to have the Mother Brain. And Mother Brain is going to fire all sorts of crazy crap at us. Excuse me for concentrating a little bit, but it gets rather hectic in here. But thankfully, there are more of the guys at the front. There are more of the ones that shoot than the ones that swipe. Swiping tends to be the dangerous bit. Although I still missed there. Get rid of those, please. A rather large number of marsupials. You can get down. So I actually, the way that I tend to take this level now is that I don't bother with the Mother Brain until I've cleared all the enemies. I just think it's safer, it's less frantic. Just have it safe, have them all dead, and that now we can focus on blasting this gigantic brain to smithereens, and down it goes! That is Alien Storm. I'll take it. And then the ship blows up. And we get propelled outwards. I like this little outro. Maybe I won't talk over it. Anyway, we've leveled up to level 3. Tune in next time for another episode of Mega Drive Master.